Good morning. Today we'll discuss the properties of unilateral Laplace transform. Okay, the properties of Laplace transforms are similar to the Fourier transform, but we'll discuss here the properties of unilateral Laplace transform. Here, suppose the unilateral Laplace transform of the signal is defined as the unilateral Laplace transform of a signal x of t is defined by x of s is equal to 0 minus infinity x of t into e raised to power minus st into dt. So this is the unilateral Laplace transform of the signal x of t. So the lower limit 0 negative implies that we include the discontinuities and the impulses that occur at time t is equal to 0 in the integral. So we denote the relationship between this is, what is the relationship between this? It is x of t and in the corresponding Laplace transform it is x of s. So this there is a relationship between, and therefore the subscript u in LU denotes the unilateral transform. This is the unilateral transform, and therefore naturally the unilateral and bilateral Laplace transforms are equivalent for signal that are 0 for time t is less than 0. So by the definition of unilateral Laplace transform, we find that suppose e raised to power et into u of t, and this is equal to 1 over s minus a. Okay, so there is a relationship for such type of the between the time domain and s domain, and this is equivalent to 2 e raised to power at into u of t 1 over s minus a with ROC is lies between for the real number of the s which is greater than e. So this is a reason of convergence for this. Okay, so the properties of the unilateral Laplace transform we have just seen. If that in time domain it is x of t, there is a relationship of x of s, and similarly this is for the input, and for the output y of t we can write here y of s. So this is the unilateral transform. Okay, so this is the relationship between the time domain and s domain. So first is the linearity. If some factor is multiplied by the input and some factor is multiplied by the output, and if that is added, then that can be have the relationship between time and s domain that is a into x of s plus b into y of s. Okay, so linearity of a Laplace transform follows from its definition as an integral and the fact that integration is a linear operation. So this is about the linearity. Next property is the scaling. So scaling is generally, this is the input and which is multiplied by some scaling factor a, then there is the relationship between 1 over a into x of s over a in the Laplace transform, and this is for a is greater than 0. So scaling in time, this introduce the scaling in s, inverse scaling in s. The scaling in time introduces the inverse scaling in the s. So that is the scaling property. Next is the time shift. So whenever there is a time shifted in the t domain by some time tau, then what will be the its corresponding relationship between s domain? So it is multiplied by e raised to power minus s tau into x of s for all tau such that for all tau such that ex of t minus tau into u of t is equal to x of t minus tau into u of t minus tau. Okay. Yes, domain shift. Next is the yes domain shift. E raised to power s naught t into x of t. Its pair in s domain, it is s minus s naught. So multiplication by a complex exponential multiplication by a complex exponential in time introduces a shift in complex frequency. Yes. Shift in complex frequency. Yes. Into the Laplace transform. Okay. So this is the yes domain shift. Next is the convolution. So x of t, which is convolved with y of t. This is the unilateral Laplace transform x of s into y of s. So convolution in time, this corresponds to multiplication of Laplace transforms. This property only apply when x of t is 0 and y of t is 0 for t is less than 0. Okay, this we have to keep in mind. This property applies only when x of t is 0 and y of t is 0 for t is less than 0. Next is the differentiation in its S domain. Differentiation in S domain. Okay. So x of t multiplied by minus t, its pair in the Laplace transform is d of x of s by ds. So this is a unilateral transform. So differentiation in S domain corresponds to multiplication by minus t in the time domain. Means if you are required to find the differentiation of S domain, that will reflect the minus t factor in the time domain. So these are the properties of the unilateral Laplace transform, that is linearity, scaling, time shift, S domain shift, and convolution and differentiation in the S domain. So find the unilateral Laplace transform of this function. Example, x of t is equal to minus e raised to power minus 3t into u of t, which is convolved with t into u of t. So this is the property we have just discussed. So from equation, just we have seen that equation, that is e raised to power at into ut, its corresponding factor in S domain is 1 over s minus e. So what we have seen, that is e raised to power at into e of t, its factor is 1 over s minus e. So this is similar to like this. This factor is similar to like this. Only negative sign is there. So if the negative sign is appears here, so negative sign will also appear here. So what will be the Laplace transform of this? It is a is here 3. So it is 1 over s minus 3, and as negative sign is there, so negative sign will appear there. So minus e raised to power minus 3t into u of t, this will give the unilateral Laplace transform is -1 over s minus 3. Okay. Next is one more factor is there, u of t. It is a unity function. So what is the Laplace transform? Unilateral Laplace transform is this is 1 over s. Okay. And applying the S domain differentiation property, apply the S domain differentiation property. So differentiation of x of s is nothing but t into u of t. Okay. So t into u of t, if such is there in the time domain, it will be 1 over s square. Unilateral Laplace transform is 1 over s square. So by using the convolution property, we can write x of t is equal to e raised to power minus 3t into u of t plus no, not plus, it is convolved with t into u of t, and this pair in the unilateral Laplace transform of this is x of s, which is equal to minus 1 over s square into s minus 3. So this is the unilateral Laplace transform of the given function. Okay. Next, we will consider another example. Find the Laplace transform of the output of RC circuit. This is the RC circuit. Having the resistance 1 kilo ohm. This is a capacitor having 200 microfarad, and the output of this capacitor is y of t, and this is the input x of t. So this is RC circuit, and the time constant RC here it is given 0.2 second. So here we have to find the Laplace transform of the output of RC circuit. What is the output is here? Y of t. Output is y of t, and therefore impulse response of RC circuit we have already seen, and we can directly write the impulse response of the RC circuit is h of t into 1 over RC into e raised to power minus t over RC into u of t. So this is the impulse response of RC circuit. Now we apply here, and the input is given here. The input is applied. This input is given t into e raised to power 2t into u of t. This input is given. So here we apply the convolution to obtain the Laplace transform of the output y of t, and this is the product of the input x of s and the impulse response h of t. So y of s, that is output, is equal to impulse response of the above equation, that is h of s, which is convolved with the x of s. Okay, so we have to find the impulse, the Laplace transform of this equation. We have to find the Laplace transform of this equation, and then we have to again find the Laplace transform of the input, that is x of t, and finally we can put the values in this equation and we'll get the output of the RC circuit. So what is the Laplace transform? So from the equations we already seen, what is the equation? Equation is e raised to power at into u of t. What will be its scaling factor in the s domain? S minus s. So similarly, we can compare these two equations. E raised to power at is there into u of t. So can you write for this also? So h of t we can write here. What is h of t? H of t is here. We can write the time constant is given 0.2 second. So we can substitute here 1 over 0.2. Okay. So 1 over 0.2. Okay. So instead of, we can directly write here 1 over s minus a. So instead of this, we can substitute 1 over s minus a, and instead of this 1 over RC, it is 0.2 into 1 over s minus a, and therefore this is equal to h of t is equal to 5 over s plus 5 in this case, as there is a positive sign in this case. So it is s plus 5. Okay. So what is the value of a here? The value of a is 1 over RC. So 1 over RC is the 1 over 0.2. So it is 5. And therefore, and here the sign is here positive. So this was the case when here sign is positive. At that time there was a negative sign, and when it is a negative, here positive sign. So that is the reason I have made 1 over s plus 5. So this is the h of t is equal to 5 over s plus 5. Okay. Now there is S domain differentiation property. S domain differentiation property. So x of t is given. X of t is given. It is given in t into e raised to power 2t into ut. Now just we have seen here t into ut. Instead of this we can write 1 over s square. Okay, but as this is a one more factor is there, e raised to power 2t, e raised to power 2t, and therefore by using the S domain differentiation, by using the S domain differentiation, we can write here by using the S domain representation, we can write x of S is equal to 1 over S minus 2 square. Okay, and therefore we can write here we can conclude the y of s is equal to h of s into x of s. So h of s we have got 5 over s plus 5, and x of s we have got just 1 over s minus 2 square. So this is the Laplace transform of the output of the given equations. So in this way we can find the output of the RC circuit. Thank you very much. I think this much is sufficient today.